Let's see if I got a quick look before we lead into things. Looks like we've got Beast versus Sweetlew. Okay.
Oh, we got Beast playing the Zelda from the looks of things, too.
Oh, no, my good friend. Beast is repping Link tonight. So I don't blame you for not recognizing. This Link kind of a little infamous. So in a tournament that occurred, I believe it was this past weekend or like right at the end of last week, Beast was getting frustrated with fighting. I believe it was a gunner, a character that he has grown to loathe in the Wi-Fi.
I mean, to be real, we all loathe that character in the Wi-Fi realm.
Hey, listen, I play the character. I'm part of the problem. I can't.
Look, man, you play all the zoners. You are part of the issue here. We have anti-zoner propaganda in this chat.
Well, Beast decided enough was enough. If they're going to throw projectiles, I'm going to throw projectiles. And a Link was born. And a Link that performed quite well. And since then, everyone has questioned that he don't have a Link. Joel don't got no Link. Well, I guess he's looking to prove it right here and now.
I mean, to be honest, like, Link is another one of those characters in this cast of, like, 80 that can kind of fall by the wayward side because everybody's like, oh, it's just a swinging character. Only T does well with it. You got a couple of others who kind of trickle their way in. But that Nair, and as well as the kill options and confirms that you could get out of Link with the bomb pressure, is something to behold. And already starting things off pretty quickly, even though at kill percent, there you go. Sweetlew gonna call out the runaway with the up B and even it back up.
Like, this matchup as a whole gets pretty screwy pretty quickly. While Zelda has the potential to try to zone out Link, which is trying to keep distance with Phantom, as well as keep things back with Neighbor's Love. And just like we're seeing here, Furor's Wind constantly going to be able to allow Sweetlew to reposition. Like, as you mentioned before, Link's Nair. If you don't have to worry about the flurry of projectiles that Link brings to the table, you have what is quite possibly the best Nair in the entire game. This move is a war crime. Not only is it linger forever.
Why are you safe on shield like that? Why do you get pressure like left and right like that? And you get the free, like, one of those best landing options. So I agree. It's one of those. It's definitely a contender for best Nair. I do like the way that we're seeing Beast kind of navigate around Sweetlew, but Sweetlew's already starting to catch on quite a bit to some of these short hops. Like, even though Sweetlew doesn't win nearly as many neutral interactions so far, where they do, the damage has completely overtaken what Beast has put on.
Now, I don't want to chalk this up to matchup inexperience. It might be matchup inexperience in a different way, where Beast has plenty of experience fighting against Zelda, as well as playing as Zelda.
I was just about to say, if you look at the name attached, Beast has quite a bit of experience in this matchup, but I think I can agree on the fact that it might not be necessarily with the Link, because definitely with the PT for sure. I've seen it quite a few times, but it seems like Sweetlew's kind of gotten the general idea of how to control the pace of Beast so far.
Smash to catch Furor's Wind, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, forward throw.
What the hell was that trade?
Yo,
Link didn't even hit with the sword, just like straight up bonked with the bottom of the hilt of the sword. Hey, yo, calm down.
Well, Sweetlew still got the lead. They're landing a forward smash from center stage. Once again, going to be able to position themselves. I feel like Stadium is a great stage for this type of match to start up. Because even though Link does have a lot of lateral control with the different angles of Boomerang, bomb control, and of course the Nair, as we mentioned, I feel like Zelda's tools are better acclimated for Stadium's layout, both controlling base plat and the stage. And all these forward smash callouts doing wonders for Sweetlew. Looking like they're right on the cusp of taking game one.
That's something we've seen a few times out of Sweetlew, so you got to be very careful in those situations when you start to commonly go for a similar disadvantage option, or for that matter, for like just a way to escape. See, you already see that Beast is slowing things down, starting to get a lot more of these grabs. What?
Yo.
What? All right, so that's what we call protagonist privilege, because we're sitting here playing like the actual Zelda game here, right? And Link was able to somehow swing through the Phantom because that's just the way the game works, man. It's just the way the game works. I'm trying to hype it up. That was some hot bullshit. Like, just swing through that Phantom.
Like, first hit clanks with Phantom. It's like, okay, no big deal. Phantom's got a wind box to prevent shenanigans. Link said nah. Second swing. That's enough of that. All right. Just by the skin of his teeth, though, Beast's going to be taking that game one. I'm curious to see if that Link is going to be sticking around. Because it looked like when Sweetlew was controlling most of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I definitely think, like, even though that ended in a way that ended up being kind of a rambunctious clank, I guess we'll say. I don't know what even call that. But You know, that whole matchup was very even. Sweetlew definitely understanding how to deal with Link zoning, even though there was a few times where you saw that Sweetlew was getting kind of zoned out a bit, but only took like 20% in exchange for when Sweetlew would get in, would put on like 40 to 50 off of a few hits. So it's understandable. You don't want to get frustrated in those situations.
Oh, this is what I figured was gonna happen.
See, this is so this is why I thought that it was Beast playing Zelda, because I've seen Beast play Zelda before, and now we're gonna get the Zelda Ditto. So chat, look, please don't leave. I promise you, everything's gonna be just all right. You might see some dancing, some spinning, a whole lot of Nehru's love, possibly only Nehru's love. Who knows? Oh my goodness, there was none there out of while touching a shield. All right, we got a game.
So, yeah, no, don't. I guess just follow the tags. You know, one of the things I always appreciated about the older iterations of Smash, whereas for some reason, if there are characters that are the same color on screen, one would be like notably shaded darker or lighter. Here, we don't really get that privilege. I guess pay attention to the name tags. That's all I gotta tell you, folks.
Did they type in chat like, yo, this is a battle for who gets to use this color? Like, this is one of those pride matches or something? Because it's actually okay. So Zelda died. It was Sweetlew. Okay. They're really testing us right now.
Yeah, nah, I'm seeing double, bro. I don't know what's good. I see enough Zelda on a regular basis. I don't need this. Let's talk about Zelda while we got it. Why are we seeing so much of this character in the Wi-Fi run? Well, this character can play out of shield really well. The character can camp really well. And I think those are two really strong factors for what makes a character, at the very least, viable. If not good, viable. And I think there's a lot of merit to competitive viability when you just want to look at the raw tools.
Yeah, and even before, you know, we got transferred into the realm of Digimon and had to play in the digital world, like, we still had a lot of buffs that happened to Zelda right before the end of the patch. I don't remember up air being one of them, but just being able to have some better kill options, some better boxing tools. I believe down tilt was one of the things that got adjusted too, if I remember correctly. Like, the character got some good stuff before we got sent here.
And it's like, the character is already explosive and just had a struggle with, like, the fact that the swinging momentum of battle was never really in Zelda's favor because it just was quite slow. But now when you have Phantom compensating for taking up too much space as it's necessary, the fact that Din's Fire is able to control a respectable amount of space at a decent speed, and then, again, playing out of disadvantage isn't particularly bad for Zelda if they have some room to maneuver themselves. Forward air, sweet spot forward air is, good lord, sweet spot forward air.
I feel that this matchup is one of the closest things we get to an anime fighter as possible, because you actually get to call an assist with the Phantom, and you're using it majority of the time, speaking of. But Sweetlew in a very rough spot, because now we're just just looking for the first roll or the first mistake. Both swinging with forward smashes, but Sweetlew is going to be the one to get it.
Now, can Sweetlew try and bring things back here before it gets too dangerous? Beast already up a game, so Beast's kind of chilling in this situation and just sort of waiting to respond.
One of the things I've noticed that has been good out of Beast in comparison with this matchup is that Beast has significantly better decisions in terms of catching landings between these two. Like, Sweetlew has gotten a few, but it seems like Beast has kind of gotten, like, kind of traced where Sweetlew likes it. Like, even right there, almost catching with the up air, realizing that Sweetlew's going to want to be aggressive on landing. So Sweetlew could just be very careful on the way down and get maybe one of these back airs or forward airs at the ledge around this point. Might be able to sneak out this game. See, look at that, already looking for the up B to center stage.
You know, another thing I'm realizing is that from a play perspective, these two players' approaches to Zelda is almost like polar opposites. Where Sweetlew has a very fine control over where to position themselves to use Nehru's Love, defending themselves with Phantom, and maneuvering and denying space with Furrow's Wind. We see Beast just willing to just throw those legs around like it's no one's business. Yeah, this difference between special to normals is pretty bizarre, but very fascinating to see just how much utility the character has in control.
Yeah, it seems like Beast is kind of caught onto the fact that, like, Sweetlew just could not deal with Beast being above him. Like, all the grounded options they just weren't there. Beast just kind of camped the platform for a little bit. Almost got caught in a bad spot by getting hit by the up smash originally, but able to answer back. So Beast is going to take it 2-0, including for the color pick Zelda Dildo. Oh my god, the Ditto.